So in this video, we're going to examine our restaurant orders data set, and we're going to do some more advanced analysis. So let's get started. So we're going to import pandas and matplotlib, our two favorite libraries, and then we're going to load summarized orders pickle, and then also df orders and orders 7 pickle. So orders 7, remember, is the sort of enhanced version of orders with a little bit more data in it because we merged some data sets into it. So this will take about 30 seconds to load, and you will have already loaded up everything here on the side. And remember that when you're loading orders pickle and order 7 pickle, a big circle will appear here, and you should wait for it to fully close before you run anything. Otherwise, it will probably corrupt things and it won't work, and you'll have to start from the very beginning. So we'll wait for this to load up, and then we'll do our standard checks. Look at the shape. So it has 2,806 lines. And then df orders is this huge data set with over 2 million lines. And just as a reminder, here's the data that's in each of these two sets. So the summarized order just has by restaurant, by day, the total number of orders and the percent delivery. So the way to read this is that on January 3rd, 2018, at the Bryant Park location, there were 818 orders and there were no deliveries there. Okay, and then here's what df orders head looks like. So it is enhanced. For example, we have restaurant name, and then we have the main name, base name, side name, and side 2 name. These are things that we expanded by doing various merges on the base data. Okay, so let's ask a simple question. When do the orders come in, and how big are they? Okay, so here's num orders. This is num orders per day across all of the restaurant locations. And so we see that on a typical day, we have something between 600 and 1,100 orders. Okay, so that gives us some intuition for how many orders there are per day. So that's this number right here, num orders. Gives us some idea of the distribution. So now let's ask the question, how do we launch a new product? So right now, it's selling canned drinks, but it's thinking of launching its own line of drinks. And the question is, does that make sense to do? So let's first of all look at the different restaurants. So we're going to group by restaurant. We're going to look at the drinks and take the average. And so what we see is that Midtown is selling the most drinks on average per order. So we could take the view that we want to sell into this market because people are already buying drinks, or we could take the opposite view and say, look, at Columbia, no one is buying drinks. Maybe we should sell new drinks into that market because it's untapped. So that's a business question, and it's a good example of why the raw data doesn't just map into business answers. Okay, now let's ask, what time of the year should we launch it? So we're going to resample date time by month, and then we're going to take drinks and then just do the sum. And so we'll get a graph here of all of the months, and then the y-axis is the total number of drinks. And so not surprisingly, we see that it peaks in the summer months. So let's say that we had decided to focus on Midtown. So then let's just look at the Midtown restaurant. And so we do that by just getting the data for Midtown from df orders. And as you can see, the pattern is almost exactly the same. So in Midtown, we would want to launch this sometime during the summer months. Now, we'll talk about creating a delivery menu. So the restaurant is launching a new delivery services, and the question is, which ones are good for delivery? Okay. So what items should be on the delivery menu? So here we remind ourselves of what's in df orders, and here we'll look at what main selections are most popular. So we do a main and then value counts. And so we see that the most popular one is charred chicken market bowl, and then this one, herb roasted chicken market bowl, is also very popular. Okay. And then which base selections are most popular? We do the same thing, and then farm greens with mint is the most popular. And now we can do a combination, and we do that by doing group by. So this will first group by main name, and then by base name. And we see the results here. So herb roasted chicken market bowl with farms greens with mint is the most popular thing with 280,000 total orders. And then here's the rest of the list. And then we can use unstack to create a very nice table, which for every one of the mains gives us the base that comes with it. So this is a very nice thing to present to a customer, and you'd probably want to highlight, for example, the biggest values, okay, if that's what you want to focus on. And then we can take a bar chart by just simply taking that same exact data and plotting it. And here's what it looks like. This legend here is a little bit messed up, and so we can just use some additional code to actually move it over here to the right side. So that's the start of our analysis for this data set, and we'll be looking at restaurant staffing next.